Hey everyone. Now I just recently had a pretty dramatic increase in my baby shrimp in most all of my tanks. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and show everyone how I'm going to try to keep all these little guys alive. And one of the first things I want to go over is lighting. And it might seem a little odd, lighting and baby shrimp, how do those two relate to each other? Well, I like to grow a lot of plants, and I find that a lot of plants in my tanks, I tend to have a higher baby survival rate. And on top of that, it also provides me with algae on the glass of my aquariums. And what this does is it gives me a lot more surface area for baby shrimp and adult shrimp to graze on. And I'm almost positive that it helps me increase my baby survival rate. And I will show you exactly what that looks like towards the end of this video. Now, one of the most important things is to make sure that I get my little shrimp fed. And to do that, I got two different kinds of foods, and one is a powdered and the other one is called Snowflake. And now I find that the pellet food, now this is a pellet food, but I'm talking about the really hard pellet foods. I noticed that my baby shrimp don't really get access to it. And I noticed that the large females are pretty aggressive towards food, especially when they're buried. And they don't ever really give the baby shrimp a chance to eat it. And that's why I feed both of these, and I'm going to go over both of these right now. Now I'm going to start off with Snowflake Food. And what this is a compressed pellet of soybean hulls and brewer's yeast. And each company might be a little bit different on the ingredients they have. So you might want to look at the ingredients before you buy it. And what this does is just like the name says, it snowflakes and it goes everywhere. And what's good about this is the one food that adult shrimp can eat and they kind of throw it everywhere. And then it gives the baby shrimp a chance at that food. Now I just threw this in, so there's not very many shrimp on it, but you can already tell there's 2 or 3 or 4 baby shrimp already on it. And what's pretty cool about Snowflake Food is that it doesn't pollute the water. Now I've tested this a few times and I have never seen any parameter changes in my tank with a bunch of snowflake in the tank. And I'm actually going to start testing something. I put this in there, but I didn't put it in the right spot because it's kind of underneath my flow and it's getting knocked out of there. But I'm putting snowflake in here and I'm just letting it sit, like 7 or 8 pellets. And I noticed that at night, all the baby shrimp will come into this bowl and they will feed on that snowflake. So what I'm trying to do is create a permanent food source for the baby shrimp. Now, when it comes to the powdered food, it can be a little bit tricky because most of the directions on the back just tell you to put 1 scoop in for however big the tank is or whatever. But I don't really like to put a bunch of stuff in my tank when there's no shrimp in it. So, like this tank here has probably about, I would guess around 400 carbon really. And for this, I will just put 1 scoop and just dump it in. But since there's 400 shrimp in here, 1 more scoop right into the filter. Now this may look like it's polluting the tank, but I can assure you that the baby shrimp will love me for this. And in the Bloody Mary tank, I would guess there's probably around 200 to 300 shrimp. And so I'll only put 1 scoop of this right on the top. And usually you'll see the shrimp go absolutely bonkers over it. But I did just throw in some snowflake food, so they might not go as crazy as they should be. This is one of my mixed Caridina tanks, and it has only about 10 adult shrimp and maybe 15 to 20 baby shrimp. So I really don't want to put an entire scoop into this tank. And so what I'll do is I'll just get about a half a scoop, and like usual, just dump it right on the top. And then one of the last things I want to go over are snails. Now, a lot of people don't like snails, and they try to do anything they can to get rid of them. And me, I try to just get as many as I can. Because what snails do for me is they let me overfeed my tanks. So if I want to throw in an extra pellet because I think that my shrimp might need it, but then they end up not needing it, well, the snails just come in, they're like the cleanup crew. And my two favorite snails are ram's horns and Malaysian trumpet snails. And I will do a snail video because I just love I love snails so much that I feel like they're worth a video all to themselves. Now I am going to show those clips of a bunch of baby shrimp eating snowflake food and grazing on the algae wall that I was talking about in the crystal red shrimp tank. And also, if you're not subscribed, if I could get you to subscribe, that'd be really cool. And give it a thumbs up. And I want to wish everybody a wonderful day. And cheers.
Thank you.